Morning all. Good morning all. Continuing with the previous lecture, the only term we have to find that the value of y. From previous lecture, we have seen that the x dash is your this value. Then x double dash means the next derivative of this x dash by using the product rule for some terms, and by simplifying we get the x double dash value. So we have the given equation, the given differential equation in the example as x double dash minus 3x minus 4y equal to 0. From this y equal to 1 by 4 x double dash minus 3x. By simplifying this equation for y, we get the value of y in the form of this term. So put the x double dash value here, minus 3 into x value is this value in this equation with outside the bracket 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 into x double dash minus 3. So minus 3 into x means multiply this minus 3 to this x term, x value. Then bracket complete into 1 by 4. Simplifying this, we get the value of y. So here you can write this as a final answer, or you can use the cos hyperbolic and sin hyperbolic formulae. For that we have to take the common minus 2t from these first two terms. So we have e raised to t into plus e raised to minus t in bracket. Then from 1 by 4 take 1 by 2 to this bracket. So this will be your formula of e raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2. That is your formula of cos hyperbolic theta or cos hyperbolic t here. And take 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 to here, that is 1 by 2 multiplied to this bracket. So we get again 1 by 2 here. So e raised to from third and last term take 2 common, e raised to t minus e raised to minus t, and from 1 by 2 here e raised to t minus e raised to minus t upon 2. So here there is a minus sign in middle, the middle sign is minus sign. So this is your formula of sin hyperbolic t. So 1 by 2 from 1 by 4 1 by 2 as it is, and 1 by 2 is we are used for having the cos hyperbolic t and sin hyperbolic t formula. So this is your final answer of y. So here we find x value, and from the given differential equation putting the values of x double dash x, we get the value of y. Then the next example is solve. This is the example that only one differential equation is given. So dy by dt plus 2y plus solve dy by dt plus 2y plus 0 to t y dt is equal to sin t. Given condition is y0 equal to 1. So here one differential equation given, and this is the special example as compared to the previous example containing only one differential equation. There is a difference that the integration term, the integrating term is given in the differential equation. So how to solve this? So it's very easy. We have to use the property from the Laplace transform chapter. So first step is as it is, take convert the given example into dash notation. So dy by dt is y dash, 2y as it is, this integration as it is equal to sin t as it is. Take Laplace transform on both sides. L of y dash plus 2 L of y, Laplace of this integration 0 to t y dt is equal to Laplace of sin t. Sin t Laplace from sin a t Laplace is a upon s square plus a square. Sin t Laplace is 1 upon s square plus 1. Here a value is 1. So Laplace of y dash, apply the formula Laplace of f dash, s into Laplace of f minus f0. So for Laplace of y dash, s into ly minus y0 plus 2 ly as it is. So this is your property in Laplace transform. Okay, if you recall the first chapter one by one, there is one property, that is Laplace transform of integration, and this property is Laplace transform of 0 to t integration ft dt equal to Laplace of that the function inside that integration sign, that is ft. Take the Laplace of ft and divide by that Laplace of ft by s. So this is your property. So in formula there is a f, and in example we have given that y. Instead of ft we have given yt. So replace this Laplace of yt upon s or Laplace of y upon s. So this is your Laplace of integration property we have to apply directly in this example. So this is the only one extra step here. So then simplify this given example. Take L of y common to 1 by s plus 2 plus s. Then y0 value is 1. So this minus 1 take on RHS. So 1 plus 1 upon s square plus 1. Take the cross multiplication, we get this term. And take here again cross multiplication. these three terms you can convert into two terms, that is 2 plus s, take in one bracket plus 1 by s and take the cross multiplication, s into 2 plus s plus 1 upon s. So s into 2 plus s is s square plus 2s plus 1 upon s. So this term we have to take to find the Laplace of y value. We have to take this term on RHS, so it will be reverse. So s square term upon s will be on RHS is s upon s square term. So s upon s square term, and this s square term, s square plus 2s plus 1, it is the bracket square of s plus 1 bracket square. If you expand this, s square plus 2s plus 1, this is your numerator value. So this term we can write as s plus 1 bracket square. Then y equal to L inverse of this right side term, s square plus 2 upon s square plus 1, and this term is your s plus 1 bracket square. Now you can find the inverse of this given example by using the partial fraction method. So this is your quadratic term which is non-repeated, and this is your linear term, that is s plus 1 is your linear bracket which is repeated 2 times because s plus 1 bracket square is given. So s plus 1 is repeated 2 times, that is linear factor repeated 2 times. So apply linear repeated rule and quadratic non-repeated rule from partial fraction method. So for s plus 1 bracket square, a upon s plus 1, that is a upon single bracket plus b upon bracket square, plus for this quadratic equation cs plus d upon s square plus 1. Then the on right side, this for minimum calculation you can assume the bigger term as the another letter or another equation. So assume this equation, assume this term as u. So u equal to this partial fraction rule. Then simplify the right side as there are three terms, so use the LCM method. LCM method means this denominator is your LCM of these three denominators. So three denominators LCM is your denominator of LHS. So this is your LHS. So by LCM method, write numerator equal to numerator equation directly by calculating in rough. So left side numerator is s into s square plus 2 equal to right side numerator is we have to do some calculation of LCM method. So a upon s plus 1 into LCM, this is your LCM. So from LCM s plus 1, one bracket is cancelled from this, so we get a into s plus 1 s square plus 1 plus b upon s plus 1 bracket square into LCM. From LCM s plus 1 bracket square, s plus 1 bracket square get cancelled, remaining is s square plus 1 with b plus cs plus d into s square plus 1 into LCM. So from LCM s square plus 1 s square plus 1 get cancelled, and remaining is bracket square with cs plus d, bracket square with cs plus d. Now we are using basic method, that is coefficient comparison method. Here the highest power of s is after bracket multiplication s cube, a s cube, that is s cube is your highest order, highest power term in s. So compare the coefficient of s cube on both sides, then s square, then s, then constant. So we get on s, after multiplication of this s to this bracket, s cube plus 2s. So s cube coefficient is 1, then s square coefficient is, there is no any term s square present on LHS, so take 0 equal to s coefficient is 2s, that is 2, and constant is, there is no any single constant, that is 0 equal to. On right side s cube coefficient is a s cube, that is a, and here after square expansion and bracket multiplication of cs plus d into this, we get cs cube, that is plus c is your coefficient of s cube. Then s square coefficient is here 1 s square, that is a s square, a, then b s square, that is plus b, then cs into 2s, that is 2c s square, that is 2c, plus d into s square, that is d s square plus d, it's your coefficient. Then for s coefficient, s into 1, that is yes, as, a, then s cube, s square, s, cs, that is plus c, then d s square, 2d s, that is 2d, and the constant is a, 1 into a, that is a, then plus b, then plus d. So these are 4 equations we got here by using the basic method, that is coefficient comparison method, starting from s cube to into constant. So here if we use there is no any fixed rule for solving these types of equations, that is including the constants, to find the values of constants. So there is no any fixed rule. So just for clicking the how to find the values of constants in easily, we have to practice more examples for this. So this type of examples we have to practice more. Hence, so you can remember or recall the method that how to find the values of constants here. So here if you see these four equations, then in first equation a plus c equal to 1, that is a plus c value is 1. Put this a plus c equal to 1 in fifth equation, we get 2 equal to 1 plus 2d, that is 2d equal to 1, d equal to half. So use this third equation in fifth, we get d equal to half. Then use sixth equation in fourth, because sixth equation is a plus b plus d equal to 0, that is a plus b plus d value is 0. So a plus b plus d, the value is 0. So 0 plus 2c equal to 0, c value is 0. Then put this d value or c value in third equation, we get a value. Then a value and d value in sixth equation, we get b value. So hence we get all the constants. So put these constants here, we get y equal to L inverse of this u equal to L inverse of this u equal to L inverse of this right side. So after putting the ABCD values, we get, again there is one constant, now we have all the constant values. So y equal to L inverse of u equal to L inverse of a value is 1, so 1 upon s plus 1. Then b value is minus 3 by 2 upon s plus 1 bracket square. A value is 1, so 1 upon s plus 1. B value is minus 3 by 2 upon s plus 1 bracket square. Then c value is 0, so 0 plus d. D value is half, so half upon s square plus 1. Half upon s square plus 1. Then take the inverse, so 1 upon s plus 1 inverse is e raised to minus t, minus 3 by 2 as it is, 1 upon s plus 1 bracket square. So here we can't use the direct formula of inverse Laplace transform. So here the next thinking about the method is shifting property. So you can use here shifting property, because the given function, that is 1 upon s plus 1 bracket square, is in the form of bracketed equation, and the bracket is s plus 1. So apply the shifting property here. So s plus 1 is bracket, so take e raised to minus t outside and inverse of, put s plus 1 equal to s in this equation, so 1 upon s square, 1 upon s square, plus half as it is, 1 upon s square plus inverse is sin t. We are using 1 upon s square plus a square formula, sin a t upon a. So a value is here 1, so sin 1t upon 1, that is sin t. Again L inverse of, for L inverse of 1 upon s square, we are using 1 upon s square, we are using t raised to n upon n factorial inverse formula. So 1 upon s square, 1 upon s raised to n plus 1. So n plus value is 2, n value is 1. Put n equal to 1 here, t raised to 1 upon 1 factorial is 1, so t raised to 1 is t. So 1 upon s square inverse is t. So this is your final answer of y. Next is some miscellaneous examples are there in which we have to remember some special steps or important steps. So let us see these miscellaneous examples. L inverse of e raised to minus 1 upon s upon root s equal to cos 2 root t upon root pi t, that is some function its inverse is given and find the another function inverse Laplace transform. So this kind of example, that is one function inverse is given and we have to find the another function inverse. So this kind of example is related to the property. One is change of scale property and another is derivative property. So here for applying derivative property, there are two functions in S. This is your one function, this is your another function. So to apply the derivative property, one function must be the derivative of the another function. If you assume this fs, so this should be f dash s, or if you assume this fs, then this should be f dash s. That is, this is your fs and its derivatives should come e raised to minus 4s upon root s, but it is not possible. Its derivatives not come this term, this particular term, or this function derivative is not this value or this term. Hence we can't use the derivative property. In applying the derivative property, we must have one function as f bar s and another function as its derivative function, that is f bar dash s. So this case is not here, so we are using here change of scale property. So change of scale property is, if L inverse of f bar is equal to ft, then L inverse of f bar a is equal to 1 upon a f of t by a. So here how to use this change of scale property. So in this, the inverse of this function is given, so replace in this s by as. So we have L inverse of minus 1 upon as upon root as equal to, and this is your function in t variable. So here this is your, if you assume this ft, so you have to find f of t by a, that is replace t by a and multiply that resultant equation with 1 upon a. So 1 upon a as it is, and f of t by a means replace this t by a. So cos 2 root t by a upon root pi t by a. So this step we have to remember here, and we have to use here change of scale property. Some particular inverse is given and we have to find the inverse of the another function. This type of example is related to the two methods only. One is change of scale property, or it can be solved by the derivative property. So here derivative property is not used or not work, because for applying the derivative property, one function should be the derivative of the another function. So it is not here. So hence we are using change of scale property. So here replace a by as here, this, that is your left side, and replace t equal to t by a, or put t equal to t by a, and put that, this is your ft and we want f of t by a. So put t equal to t by a here with 1 upon a. So 1 upon a as it is, f of t by a means, if you assume this ft, then f of t by a means replace t by t upon a. So here 1 upon a cos 2 root t by a upon root pi t by a. So by simplifying, 1 upon root a, take outside, inverse of 1 up e raised to minus 1 upon a s upon root s equal to 1 upon a cos 2 root t by a upon root pi t upon a, means take the square root separately, root pi t upon root a. So this term you have to take on numerator, so this will be reverse. So root a upon root pi t upon root a becomes root a upon root pi t, 1 upon a as it is. So from this, from a, 1 root a get cancelled, so here the remaining value is root a, and this 1 upon root a is again get cancelled by the left side, 1 upon root a term. So we get L inverse of e raised to minus 1 upon a s upon root s equal to cos 2 root t by a upon root pi t. So this is your resultant formula by using the change of scale property and using this equation. That is, in this equation, put s equal to as on left side and put t equal to t by a on RHS and put that value in this formula. We get this resultant formula. So here, to find the inverse of this function, compare this formula with this function. What we have to, this is your particular function and this is your general. So if we put here 1 upon a equal to 4, 1 upon a equal to 4, or a equal to 1 by 4, by taking reciprocal a equal to 1 by 4, we get L inverse of a equal to 1 by 4 or 1 upon a equal to 4. That is, we get e raised to minus 4 by s upon root s. So this is your required answer, and the required example answer equal to cos 2 root t, 1 upon a value is 4, so t4 upon root pi t, that is cos root 4 is 2, so 2, that 2 and this 2 is becomes 4, so cos 4 root t upon root pi t after simplification. So a required example answer is your this by using change of scale property. The next example is L inverse of 1 upon s minus 1 root s. So this example you can solve by the convolution theorem. So here we have to take, we have to split this function as two functions, that is 1 upon s minus 1, this is your one function and 1 upon root s is your another function. And in convolution theorem there is one hint that we have to assume f2t, which is the smaller term as compared to f1t. So in both the t equations, which one is your smaller term? That smaller term you have to consider as f2t. Then you can solve the further integration easily. So here 1 upon s minus 1 inverse is e raised to t, 1 upon root s, that is 1 upon s raised to half. So we have to use here gamma formula, 1 upon s raised to half, 1 upon s raised to n, because the power of s is your fractional number, so we have to use the gamma formula. For 1 upon s square, we are using this factorial formula. For s raised to half, that is fractional number, we are using this gamma notation or gamma notation formula. So 1 upon s raised to n plus 1, s raised to half. So n plus 1 value is half, n value is minus half. So put here n value minus half, t raised to minus half upon gamma minus half plus 1. Minus half plus 1 is half. So gamma half is your, it is fixed value. It has the fixed value, that is gamma half is root pi. So t raised to minus half upon root pi. So in both the equations, you assume this e raised to t equal to f2t, because in further, this is your f2t, hence this is your f2s, f2 bar s. This, then the rest of the term is your f1t, and that is your f1 bar s. So in f2t, in f1t, put t equal to u. So u raised to minus half upon root pi, u raised to minus half upon root pi, and in f2t we have to put t equal to t minus u, so e raised to t minus u. So this is your f2t we have fixed here, because in e raised to t minus u you can split or you can separate out these two terms, that is e raised to t into e raised to minus u. So this we can do here in the case of this exponential function. So here we can't split out. If you put here t equal to t minus u, so t minus u raised to minus half. So there is no any further calculation. So if you put here t equal to t minus u, that is if you fix this function as f2t, then it will be better in the easy calculation. So here e raised to t minus u, split this function e raised to t into e raised to minus u. This is so the formula, you know the formula for convolution theorem. So inverse of the given example equal to integration from 0 to t f1u, that is put t equal to u here. This is your f1u, this is your f2t minus u. Then with respect to u, you have to solve this, you have to evaluate this integration. So here split this function e raised to t into e raised to minus u. This integration is with respect to u, so take e raised to t, which is constant outside, e raised to t upon root pi, integration from 0 to t e raised to minus u, u raised to minus half t. So here there is a product of two functions, one is exponential, another is algebraic, but we can't use here uv rule, because for uv rule the derivative of u should be 0 at the further step. So here u raised to minus half, its derivative is not going to 0, hence we are not using here, or we can't use here uv rule. And for Liet rule, first function into integration of second minus integration of second into derivative of first. In Liet rule, if we apply the Liet rule, the second integration we can't solve here. You can check this roughly. So second integration we can't solve here, hence we have to use here substitution method. So here for substitution method, to solve this integration or to evaluate this integration, we use at last the error function formula. The error function formula is erf root t equal to 2 by root pi integration from 0 to root t e raised to minus x squared dx. If we have this integration 2 by root pi with 2 by root pi 0 to root t e raised to minus variable square into dx, then you can there is no need to find the integration of this type. You can directly write this integration answer is error function of root t. So hence we are using here error function definition. So to have this function inside this integration e raised to minus variable square. So here e raised to term is there, e raised to minus, here u is variable, so e raised to minus variable, we want e raised to minus variable square. So hence we are putting u equal to x square. So we get e raised to minus x square, that is e raised to minus variable square. Then we can use this ERF formula or ERF definition. So here we have to remember this substitution. Put u equal to x square. So in substitution method, take separately the derivative of LHS and RHS. U derivative is du, x square derivative is 2x dx. These are the limits for u. So if u equal to 0 and u equal to t, x values, put these two values 0 and t. Here we get, for u equal to 0, x square is 0, that is x 0. For u equal to t, x square is t, that is x equal to root t. So the e raised to t upon root pi, the whole integration in the form of x variable as 0 to root t, e raised to minus u value is x square, u raised to half minus half means x square raised to minus half, the u value is 2x dx. So simplifying, x square raised to minus half means this 2 get cancelled, x raised to minus 1, 2 is dx, and this x raised to minus 1 and x means x minus 1, the base is same, so minus 1, its power is 1, minus 1 plus 1 0, so x raised to 0 is again anything raised to 0 is 1. So we get only e raised to minus x square function inside the integration. And if we take this term together, 2 by root pi integration from 0 to root t e raised to minus x square dx. So this integration we need not to evaluate because this integration answer is error function of root t. So you can directly write error function of root t and with e raised to t term. So this integration we have solved by using the error function formula. This is your formula, remember this. And for applying this formula, e raised to minus variable square we want inside the integration, and here e raised to minus variable is present. So to have e raised to minus variable square, we put u equal to, directly we put u equal to x square, and by using substitution method we get the answer. Again here this is the important step. Next is in miscellaneous examples, many properties are repeated, or many methods of finding the inverse Laplace transform are repeated. So I will give you for the assignments. So here for that, if there is any important step, I will give you that hint for that particular example, and you can solve by the previous method in the assignment. So here the next example is L inverse of 64 upon 81 s raised to 4 minus 256. So here this example you can solve by the partial fraction, because here we can factorize the denominator. So this is the square of 9s square bracket square, and this is the square of 16 square. So this is your a and this is your b. So a square minus b square formula we have to apply here. So a square minus b square means a minus b, a plus b. So 64 upon 9s square plus 16 in one bracket into, in second bracket, 9s square minus 16, and you can solve by the partial fraction method. So this you take as a assignment. Then next is inverse of s upon s raised to 4 plus s square plus 1. Again this denominator you can use the formula, that is we have to solve this example by the using the partial fraction. So for partial fraction you have to factorize this denominator. So this type of example we have seen in previous video, that is if there is a s raised to 4th term, then we have to adjust the terms such that the denominator, for denominator we want a square minus b square formula, or we will apply a square minus b square formula. So here s raised to 4 plus s square plus 1. So this is the square of, that is if there is a s raised to 4th equation is present in denominator, then we have to adjust, or we have to use the bracket square method. So here this is the bracket square of, so take s raised to 4th square root s square, and then this is the square of s square plus 1 bracket square. If we expand this, s raised to 4 plus 2s square plus 1. So here there are 2s square plus 1. So here Instead of this, we are writing s square plus 1 bracket square, but s square plus 1 bracket square is not this function. The expansion is this s raised to 4 plus 2s square plus 1. So here, if we compare this original equation with this denominator, original denominator with this denominator, then there is s raised to 4, s raised to 4 plus 1 plus 1. Instead of 2s square, we have here in example s square. That is 1 s square term is extra here. So s raised to 4 plus s square, split this 2 s square plus 1. This write as in one bracket, and plus x s square write as a separately. So this, so here we are writing s raised to 4 plus s square plus 1 as s square plus 1 bracket square. You can imagine, or you can remember in another method also. S raised to 4 plus s square plus 1, this is the bracket square of, take s raised to 4 square root s square, and this plus 1 as plus 1, or 1 square root is 1 again. So bracket square, take the bracket square, and if we expand, s raised to 4 plus 2 s square plus 1. So here s raised to 4, in original denominator s raised to 4, s raised to 4 plus 1 matched, plus, but 2s square is not matched. So to cancel this, take minus 2s square. And then this original s square as it is. That is, instead of this we are writing bracket square, but in bracket square we get s raised to 4 plus 2s square plus 1. That is, two terms we get by comparison, s raised to 4, s raised to 4 plus 1 plus 1, but 2s square is extra term in this expansion. So cancel this by taking minus 2s square, and this original equation, in the original denominator there is s square is original term, so write as it is plus s square. So by simplifying, this is in one bracket, s square plus 1 bracket square, and minus 2s square plus s square is minus s square. So in this way, this is your a and this is your b. So a square minus b square formula we have to apply here. So this type of example we have seen in previous example or previous videos. You can see these examples and apply that idea. So solve this you have to take again as an assignment. So a plus b, a minus b, so s square plus 1 plus s square plus 1 minus s. This is a quadratic equation which can't be factorized. This is again quadratic equation, non-repeated. So apply the third rule of partial fraction method for this example. Then next is inverse of s plus 3 upon s